All right, hello everybody. This is Travis and Mary Sue in our empty nester weekend retreat that we've done this weekend. Want to share with you where we went. We actually went to what's called the Wigwam Village #2. It's in Cave City, Kentucky. Dates back to 1937. Let's see, there's a sign back here somewhere. Sleep in a wigwam. Got the vintage Coca-Cola sign. So we're going to show you around. It's a really cool experience, a genuine piece of Americana. If you've seen the movie Cars, which is out set on Route 66 out in the west, there's another like a teepee village that they stay. I forget what it's called, Cone City or something like that. It's actually based off the wigwam cities. There were originally 7 of them. 3 of them are still in use. The oldest one is here in Kentucky, Wigwam Village #2. Number 6 and 7, I think, are in Arizona and California on Route 66. So anyway, we're going to show you around. It's been on Mary Sue's bucket list for a while. Why?
Yeah, it's just a neat place that I've never been to.
Okay, so here we are at the main entrance to Wigwam Village #2 in Cave City. You see the sign here. It says "Sleep in a Wigwam." Originally it said "Eat and sleep in a wigwam." That's because the big building to the right, when it was first built, was a restaurant, a gift shop, and even had gas pumps out front. You can see where the "Sleep in a Wigwam" sign is. There was gas pumps on either side of that back when U.S. Highway 31 West was completed back in the 1920s. So this main building here, the gift shop and the restaurant, is closed now. They're renovating it. It's 50 feet tall. It's made out of concrete and steel. And as you can see, even though it's called a wigwam, it's a teepee. And one of the neat things about this, this is sort of one of the first examples of cultural appropriation. The guy who did this back in the 1930s was fascinated with Native American life. And in Kentucky, there was never a teepee. There were wigwams, but wigwams don't look as cool as this, so he went with the teepee motif on this. This facility was actually purchased by former... Even though the interstate closed this place down pretty much in the late 70s, there's still a lot of traffic on this little 31 West. But anyway, the guy and his partner bought this in 2020 in the middle of a pandemic. He's a former editor for the Courier-Journal newspaper in Louisville. Always had a fascination with this and has been spending the last 2 years restoring it. So there are 14 teepees. You may be able to scan, see some of that. We'll show you more of those later. 10 of them are in use. The other 4 are not suitable for human staying right now. But he's going to fix those up later. So we'll show you a little bit more about that, but I just want to give you a little bit of the history of this. It's really cool. It's on the National Landmark, I think, something like that, because the way this was done, it was one of the first motels. Cars were just becoming readily available in the 20s and 30s. And prior to that, people didn't go anywhere except by stagecoach or train, so there wasn't a lot of destination things except for the rich people. But more and more people were getting cars in the 1930s, and they started going places, and places like this stopped up, a motor hotel, a motel, and this was one of the first, especially with the theme like this. So we're going to turn this off, we're going to walk somewhere else and show you a little bit more about this. All right, so this is the entrance. You'll look for this sign here. I'll give a gratuitous plug here for the owners. Anyway, you'll enter to the left of the teepees. There's a greenhouse back there that actually dates back older than the teepees themselves. And that's where the office is. You'll check in there, and when you do, the owner will actually give you a history lesson on the Wigwam Village before he allows you to check into your room, which is kind of cool. I love people that have passions for what they do. So here we are, and I'm just going to stay out of the video. I'm just going to shoot the video. Here are the actual teepees that are part of Wigwam Village #2. You can see here's 31 West, the road here. The big tall building there is the gift shop restaurant, and then here's the places where people stay. And we'll show you inside in just a minute. But really cool is the center part on this. Back in the 30s, there wasn't TV, so they built this for community. So you see there's a fire pit down there, and there's places for the kids to play. That's still the way it is today. So we spent last night actually with 4 other couples, just kind of hanging out for a while. There were 2 of them from Ohio, 1 from Wisconsin, And that's actually how they said, which I love it because I'm from Kentucky, and they say, we love your accent. I'm like, you're from Wisconsin, I love your accent. And then a couple from Texas who were just passing through. A lot of them coming to see Mammoth Cave, staying here. Others just kind of passing through and thought it would be a cool place to stay. Sorry, I had to take a quick break because somebody wanted to talk to me. And that's the cool thing about the community aspect that they built to this, is that it really is old school. You talk to people here, you see people out, and you, like I said, there's not much else to do. The playground equipment we just found out is probably from the maybe 60s or 70s. It's not original. They think the benches that are around the fire pit, that some of those benches, they were in pictures from the 1940s. So those probably are the original benches that came with the place in 1937. So anyway, there's little parking spots for one vehicle. Some of these teepees have 2 beds, and some of them have 1. All the beds are full-size beds, and you'll notice how short the, here's my wife, hello, sitting in some of the comfortable chairs here. What do you think about these chairs?
These are nice. They're heavy too.
Yeah, everything here is solid, that's for sure. But they were talking about how, look at the doors. You're going to give us a guided tour, Mary Sue?
Sure.
Oops, go back this way. The doorway, look how narrow the doorway is. Yeah, it's pretty tight. And one of the things you'll notice as you go in that they
Can't be very tall.
no, you can't be. We're in Wigwam number or TP number 4. But
14.
people were shorter back in the 1930s, so the ceiling's a little lower.
There's a key.
Yep, there's our key.
Good.
Authentic Wigwam. Now, some of the things that you see in here are more modern. There's a coffee pot, air conditioner, and it does have a 32-inch TV. Here's a chair that came with it. It's made out of hickory, and you can barely move the thing. It is solid.
The caning is pretty.
Yeah, I love the caning on that.
Matches the bed.
Yep, the bed has the same design on it, and the beds are from the original 1937. The mattresses and the
It's a full size.
yeah, it's a full size.
For people that are used to king size, this is a full size.
Well, we were talking about people were shorter back in the 30s. I think they were skinnier in the 1930s too, because yeah, we're not used to that narrow thing. Now this, you can see the little nightstand here matches everything else, but they did put, probably from the 1950s, they probably put a top on that, like matches that. The radiator, I want to definitely show you the radiator. Bump my head on the door here. Just love the detail on that. Now the radiator is not in use. They have another heating system here now, but that's pretty cool. This is the inside of the gift shop back when it was open. Color picture, maybe goes by the maybe 50s or 60s. I don't see a date on it. But yeah, it was really cool. They're renovating that right now. They're going to reopen it as a gift shop, and they want to put a coffee shop in it. This place is super busy on this little 31 West now. So the guy says, if you know somebody that wants to run a coffee shop, let him know. So there you go. If you know someone who wants to run a coffee shop, let them know. This is lead based glass or mirror, a lead based mirror. So you can see the oxidation that's taking place is kind of seeping through the glass on that. So that's pretty cool. This whole stand here, you know, that's a little bitty night light right here.
Vanity.
Little vanity here. Yeah, the little stand, and this is built right into it, which is really cool. So there's the closet and the bathroom, and we'll take you a tour of that. Actually, we toured that last night, so I'm going to splice some video in from that as part of this. You can definitely see, like, even the mirror, you can see the mirror is angled down because it's a teepee wall. It's all went in. Love the tile work here. That tile work probably, if it's not authentic to 1937, it probably was put down in the 1950s, he said, the owner said. The old door up there, yeah.
This is the original
lights.
concrete, he said.
Love the design work on that.
The original concrete.
Yeah. And here's a little bitty shower.
Yeah, what do you think? I'm going to jump in and show you how
All
good
right.
it is.
She's going to jump in and show you the shower.
This is a one-person shower.
Definitely a one-person shower. Well, I guess 2 people could
You
get
can suck it
close
up
in
in the corner. That's a nice shower here, though.
Yeah, there's not enough room for a second person in there, but it's pretty small. Anyway, it's very cool. Let's look a step back in time. We see the bottle opener here.
And it has the chains you pull.
Yeah, so we'll show them that, but yeah. Okay, so you may notice that the ceiling is flat. We had asked and thought maybe at one time it was open in that TP shape. But he said, no, it's always been closed off like this, and there's always been a light there. Now, of course, they did replace it with a ceiling fan, which is nice. Every room comes with this book that the owner put together, which is really nice. I've had a good time looking through this. Here's your little trivia. Give you a moment to read all those interesting facts there. Feel free to pause this if I don't stand here long enough. But yeah, it's really cool. Gives us the history on everything here. Has a little timeline at the bottom. It has some old pictures. You know, here's what it looked like out front. You see the gas stations right there with the sign. He actually had the neon redone last year. It was one of the first things that he spent a lot of money on doing. And it's really nice. The bad thing is it's not authentic because it says sleep in a wigwam, and originally it said eat and sleep in a wigwam. Well, there's no restaurant here now, so he couldn't put that back on there, which makes sense. See, it's very factual. Has a whole section in here about cultural appropriation. This is sort of glamping before there was a word for it. All right, so that's the end of our stay at the Wigwam Village number 2 here in Cave City, Kentucky. Did you have a good time?
Had a good time.
It's a bucket list
Kind of
item.
what you expect.
It is. It's a step back in time, like I said a couple times on the video. You're not expecting all the comforts of a 5-star, hotel somewhere or a condo.
Bring your own marshmallows.
Bring your own marshmallows. Bring your own hair dryer. They do have a 32-inch TV with cable. We didn't watch it because we were out here doing community stuff. But anyway, we're gonna go grab some breakfast now. There's a place, a little Amish run place. Farmwald's. That's supposed to have the best bacon in the world. We're gonna check that out. We went to eat last night at a place called Five Broke Girls, which is really good. Handmade everything. Biggest piece of country fried steak I've ever seen in my life. It's called the Texas size because they're from Texas, but they're here in Cave City, Kentucky. So if you're here in that area, I recommend that place. We may let you know if we remember to shoot a follow-up video on how the bacon is at Farmwald's. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Happy glamping if you come back to the Wigwam Village.
Bye.
Okay, so we just finished our breakfast at
Big breakfast.
Farmwald's restaurant. It was seriously like $12, I think, is what it was for the big Amish breakfast that we had, the Amish farmer's breakfast with 2 extra pieces of bacon with it. We split it. She ate the pancakes.
It was too much.
All right, so yeah, she ate the pancakes. It was too much. We didn't eat all of our food because it was such a big thing. You couldn't get this much food at McDonald's for that price. I mean, honestly. The difference, though, that I thought was interesting, though, was the service. They were almost like acting like they were afraid to talk to us. Like Mary Sue they were out of butter.
Out of butter.
And she went up and asked the lady, "Do you have some more butter?" And she goes, "It's on the counter," and it ran away. Literally, just ran. There was none on the counter. So then we asked another lady, and she did the same thing. And they ran away. And we were watching. I don't know if you're familiar with Seinfeld, the soup Nazi, where you're supposed to put your head down, place your order, pay, and then back away with your head down. Well, reverse that, and the lady who was serving was doing the same thing, and we were watching her. She did that every time. She would step up, drop her head down, put the food down, call out your order, back away 3 steps, pivot, and walk to the kitchen. And it was kind of funny, so unexpected on that. But yeah, it was overall a really good breakfast if you're in the Horse Cave area. Highly recommend it for the food. It was really good. And just kind of watch out for the quirky servers there. It was fun. So hope you enjoyed our little snippet of our little weekend getaway. Mimi and Pawpaw hitting the road here.
There we go.
Open nest getaway, or empty nest getaway. We'll talk to you later. Bye.